Hello students, I am going to teach standard 8 chemistry, elements, compounds and mixtures, part 1. You know, matter exists in 3 states: solid, liquid and gases. So there are 118 elements. These elements are exist in solids, liquid and gases. Then matter mainly are two types. One is pure substances, another is impure substances. In pure substances, that is elements and compounds. Impure substance or mixtures, that is homogeneous or heterogeneous. So in pure substances, elements, so there are 118 elements are known, out of which 92 elements are naturally occurring, while the rest 26 are artificially. So elements are pure substances. What is the meaning of pure substances? Pure substances have a definite chemical composition and definite physical and chemical properties. They are all homogeneous. Their composition is uniform throughout the solution. So elements and compounds are the examples of pure substance. Let us one example: iron, Fe. If you break the iron, their iron dust is also the examples of pure substance. It is the smallest particle of iron. If you take compound, let sodium chloride, you can take 1 kg of sodium chloride or 1 spoon of sodium chloride or 1 tiny particles of sodium chloride. Their composition is sodium and chlorine. Ratio of sodium and chlorine is 23:35.5 parts by mass of chlorine. So that is sodium chloride. These are pure substances. And what is mixtures? Mixtures are made up of 2 or more pure substance mixed together in any proportion. There is not a constant proportions. You can take one example: air, seawater, petroleum, a solution of sugar in water. These are the impure substance or mixtures. They may be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Their composition is not uniform throughout the solutions. Then elements. Element is the pure substance which cannot be converted into anything simpler than itself by any physical or chemical process. Hydrogen, H, iron, Fe, aluminum, Al. These are the symbol of elements. Then characteristics of elements. An element is composed either of individual atoms or of molecules made up of atoms. Elements are pure and homogeneous. Elements have fixed boiling points. Elements cannot be broken down into more simpler substance. Elements may react chemically with other elements and form compounds. If you take potassium added with water, it forms potassium hydroxide and hydrogen gas. Iron added with sulfur, on heating it forms iron sulfide. Magnesium added with oxygen, it forms magnesium oxide. These are the examples. Then classification of elements: metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert gases. Metals: aluminum, sodium, magnesium. There are most of the elements are metals, above 90. Non-metals: there are 11 non-metals. And metalloids: there are 7 metalloids and 6 inert gases. So non-metals: carbon, sulfur, phosphorus, oxygen, nitrogen, chlorine, hydrogen. These are non-metals. Metalloids: only boron, arsenic, antimony, germanium, silicon, tellurium. And inert gases: helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon and radon. These are classification of your elements: metals, non-metals, metalloids and inert or noble elements. See table 3.2. It is given the properties of different types of elements: metals, non-metals, metalloids and noble gases, which are exceptional, that is important. See in table metals: sodium and potassium, though these are metals, but these are soft metals, it can be cut by knife. Mercury is a liquid metal. Zinc is brittle in nature. Tungsten is a poor conductor of electricity. So in non-metals also there is exceptional. Iodine and graphite are lustrous. Graphite is a good conductor of electricity. Generally metals are good conductor of electricity. Diamond is the hardest natural occurring substance. Generally metals are hardest, but in exceptional non-metals, diamond, that means carbon part. In metalloids, boron, silicon, germanium, arsenic and antimony, these elements have both properties of your metals and non-metals. Then noble elements, helium, neon, argon, krypton, xenon, they are all gases. They are found in traces in air. Then your compounds. A compound are made up of different types of atoms combined chemically to form molecules. Hence, the smallest particles of a compound is known as your molecule. So, there is two or more elements combined in a definite proportion by chemical way. So, if you take sodium and chlorine, sodium solid state, chlorine gas, then it forms sodium chloride solid. Sodium is soft and vigorously react with the air and water. Chlorine is a poisonous gas. When these two substances are added, it forms a solid substance, that is sodium chloride, which we use in our fruits, one type of taste things. So sodium chloride, which is not a poisonous, though chlorine is a poisonous gas. Sodium born in air and water. Then another example you can take, iron plus sulfur. Iron on heating, sulfur on heating, when it reacts, it forms on heating iron sulfide. Okay, this is also one chemical substance. Then their characteristics. A compound contains atoms of two or more elements combined chemically in a fixed ratio by mass. They are pure and homogeneous. All samples of a pure compound have identical definite physical and chemical properties. Their melting and boiling points have constant. Then if you take one example, mercuric oxide is a compound made up of mercury and oxygen. On heating mercuric oxide, it forms mercury and oxygen. During the formation of a new compound, energy is either absorbed or liberated. If you take carbon reacts with oxygen, it forms carbon dioxide and heat. So energy is liberated. But if you react nitrogen and oxygen, both gases, then energy is required or absorbed to form nitric oxide or NO at 3000 degree Celsius. Then characteristics. So one example for water. Hydrogen and oxygen, both gases react chemically to form water. But hydrogen and oxygen both are gases. Hydrogen gas is a combustible gas, and once oxygen is a supporter of combustion, while water is neither combustible nor support to combust. So this is the new compound formation by the reactant of two gases. If you take another example, iron plus sulfur, that is iron sulfide. On heating strongly, iron and sulfur, on melting iron and sulfur melting, then on heating it forms iron sulfide. Iron sulfide is a black solid, while iron is a grey black. But sulfur is a yellow amorphous non-metallic solid. So iron is attracted by the magnet, sulfur is soluble in carbon disulfide. Okay, then iron sulfide is neither attracted by a magnet nor it is soluble in carbon disulfide. Then you see in the table 3.3 given different types of molecules or compounds, their formula you have to learn and remember. Okay, thank you.